So I guess you would say to me, well, Marvel doesn't own the patent on snarky billionaire industrialists who create a flying battle armor that shoots repulsor rays from its hands with the same stock repulsor ray sound effect, who maintains a relationship with a female employee of his. Right? I watch these first 9 episodes of Arrow Season 3. What's the difference between DC's Iron Man, Brandon Routh here, the Atom, Palmer, and Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark, Iron Man? Maybe Brandon Routh's DC's Iron Man is a bit more on the nose with his flirting with his female love interest. That's all I can really think of. And the origin's different. Uh, DC's Iron Man wasn't in the friggin' Afghani desert and wasn't attacked by fucking the League of Assassins and then was kidnapped by the League of Assassins and then forced to make a weapon for the League of Assassins and then secretly made a blue Iron Man armor to help him escape. Though that does sound totally like something the Arrow writers would have done, I'm actually surprised they didn't do that. And of course, this would also be coincidentally happening the same time that the League of Assassins becomes the big bad guys of the show. That fucking DC's Iron Man just happens to show up and buy Oliver's company. Two completely unrelated things, and it just happened to happen at the same time that concerned the fucking League of Assassins. What a coincidence. It sounds like something they totally would have done, so at least they get some originality points for changing the origin here. Though, basically all they did was reverse Merlin, where the wife gets killed, but instead of becoming a villain, he becomes a good guy thing, and I don't know if they actually address that or do anything with it, that they're supposed to be like the different sides of the same coin kind of thing. I mean, it's like, it's the same fucking character. It's like, all they did was make the fucking armor fucking black and blue instead of fucking red and gold. And I guess it's like that fucking dress that no one can fucking decide what the fucking color is. Maybe it's just that the light's not reflecting on it, or the light, the source of the light is I'm interpreting it like differently because my brain's interpreting it a certain way. So maybe it's actually the same fucking color. Maybe actually it is in fact red and gold, just like it is with Iron Man. It's just that my brain's not interpreting it right. It was, I don't know. But anyway, the point is, regardless of what you think of Arrow Season 3, whether you like it or not, who the fuck thought that was a good idea? To have a blue Iron Man in Arrow, because that's what I want from Arrow. I watched the Season 2 finale, like, you know what this show needs? It needs a blue Iron Man. It's like one of those things, like episode 309, the episode 309 script, the episode that was the fucking abomination with the convoluted villain plot, that was something out of an NTSF SD SUV episode. What the fuck? Like, everyone was okay with it. The network was okay with it. DC was okay with it. All the actors, writers, producers, everyone involved was okay with putting in a blatant fucking ripoff of Iron Man in their fucking show. And honestly, the only reason why I don't think Marvel hasn't sued the pants off these assholes is because comic books have a long-standing tradition of these companies, DC, Marvel, ripping off each other. How many times have I said DC's fucking Electro, or DC's Hawkeye, or DC's Human Torch? How many times have I said stuff like that throughout these videos? There's so much plagiarism in things. I guess it's just part of the culture at this point. It's just kind of like, no one, like, bothers to, like, call attention to it. It just is what it is, kind of thing. But how could you think that was a good idea? It's so derivative and it's so awfully fucking terrible. It's like it's not enough fucking negative adjectives to describe it. It's such a stupid idea. What were they thinking? Why? It just looks cheap. And I went over this a billion times. But seriously, how can you defend that? How? How? It should not be there. It just makes the whole thing look stupid. And it just shows the mentality of these writers this season. Fucking Blue Iron Man. So, yeah, I think that's all needs to be said about that. No more complaining about Blue Iron Man. So, let's talk about the actual finale, not the mid-season finale, but the actual finale this year, which was just a complete clusterfuck. Okay, so you get this scenario where it's the same thing over and over again with the fucking the city. There's a big attack and there's a big showdown between Green Arrow and the big bad guy at the end. And here's the thing. When I said last video about how the show used to be better because it's more grounded in things, one of the things that made it more grounded was that there was actual stakes. Like, let's look at the season 1 finale for a second. Season 1 finale, going into the season 1 finale, or just watching season 1, you would have imagined, and just like the typical superhero origin story, which they're telling here, it's an origin story of a superhero. You figure that the season 1 finale would end with like the scene at the end would be Green Arrow on the rooftop, and the heroic music plays, and you hear the voiceover with Oliver like, I am Green Arrow and all that stuff, and that would wrap up the season. He defeated Merlin and all that. Nope, they didn't do that. They subverted a lot of people's expectations. And you know what? The good guys didn't win. Merlin wasn't defeated, and half the Glades were destroyed. So the good guys failed. And it sent us. And not only that. Whoa, I almost forgot this. Tommy died. A major character died. And it sent a message that this show was going to be different than your typical superhero schlock. And no, that's what this show has become. It's become the typical superhero schlock. Because what happened was, in season 2, they didn't really do a good job of really getting into the implications of the heroes failing. Because it was pretty much just paved over after one episode. Half the Glades getting destroyed, that was just kind of dropped. It wasn't really explored all that much. Not a whole lot, just maybe in the very beginning. And the producers decided for the season 2 finale that it was going to be more of a straightforward finale where the good guys win. Which, fine. Just to change it up, fine. I mean, if you look at it as a 3-parter, which I guess you're supposed to, Moira gets killed. So it's not a complete, just straightforward victory, and Sarah's kind of forced to join the league again. So it's not a straightforward victory, but it's pretty much a situation where the good guys come in, they defeat the bad guys, happy ending kind of thing. But then you get into this season, and this season finale, it's the same thing. It's fucking Green Arrow comes in, he has a fight with Ra's al Ghul, defeats him like fucking nothing. Just like Reverse Flash. He just mows over him, he fucking makes Ra's al Ghul job to him. Huh? And, maybe that's the reason why the week before, they let Oliver get a victory over Reverse Flash. It was the show that Oliver can take down big ass villains like Reverse Flash, then okay, then maybe he has some momentum going into the rematch with Ra's al Ghul. I don't know. Who knows at this point what the hell they're thinking. But the good guys come in, they stop this big ass threat that Ra's al Ghul has to destroy the city, because he's got to destroy the city, because that's what all the big villains in Arrow got to do. They got to destroy the city. And they go in to defeat the bad guys. Again, it's just no stakes. And what further undermines it is that they made it so there's no stakes, because like, you can't even die anymore. Like even if you get killed in this universe, it doesn't mean shit, because there's a multitude of ways you can come back to life. There's time travel thanks to Flash. There's fucking a Lazarus pit. There's Mirakuru. I mean, granted, most of it was destroyed, but I think Star Labs should still have some on them. You can get injected with Mirakuru and come back to life. And I didn't mention this either. In Season 1, apparently on the island, there's these plants or herbs or some shit. They're like the fucking herbs from fucking Resident Evil that, like, they heal fucking gunshot wounds and can counteract the effects of snake venom and other shit. That can help you come back to life. Or they're like fucking magical senzu beans or something. It's ridiculous. And I guess you would say, well, Sarah died. No, bullshit. She didn't die. They're just resurrecting her anyway. Which is even more ridiculous, because, that's the whole thing that sets all the events in motion this season. All the big drama and stuff is because Sarah got killed. And it doesn't mean shit if she just comes back to life. It just undermines the whole thing. And probably the worst thing about the finale, right? They do this storyline where Oliver is working with Merlin now to defeat Ra's al Ghul. And the reasoning is because there is, quote, no one else he can trust. And again, this is why this shared universe bullshit doesn't work, because now we have to forget that there's Argus that Oliver can go to for help. We have to forget that there's the Flash he can go to for help, though he does show up in the finale to help out for a little while, but then has to conveniently leave, even though there's this big emergency where Ra's al Ghul's going to destroy the city. Oh no, I have to leave. Oh yeah, what great hero you are, Flash. You're not going to help him save the city? See, it's a fucking joke, right? So, anyway, getting back on track here. He makes an alliance with Merlin, and they're going to team up, and Merlin's going to train him to defeat Ra's al Ghul. Though, I don't know why he didn't just do this in the first place. Why they send Oliver out to fight Ra's al Ghul, even though obviously he wasn't prepared to do it, and it was obvious suicide mission. But anyway, so he ends up working with Merlin, and he comes to the agreement with Merlin that if he helps him kill Ra's al Ghul, because suddenly now Oliver's okay with killing. Remember when he even killed Merlin in episode 4? Now he's okay with killing Ra's al Ghul for some reason. But it's never explained why. Why is it okay to kill Ra's al Ghul but not Merlin? I don't know. I didn't think that was important to explain. But so they succeed. Oliver kills Ra's al Ghul like nothing, just like Reverse Flash. He defeats him, like, just mows him over, even though in their first fight together, Ra's al Ghul beats the shit out of him, but then for some reason, Oliver can kill him like nothing, even though all that's happened between that first fight and this second fight is that maybe Oliver got a bit more training from Ra's al Ghul because he was hanging around with Ra's al Ghul because he was brainwashed or whatever the fuck. And anyway, so the agreement is that if he lets him, helps him defeat Ra's al Ghul, he'll let him then become the head of the League of Assassins, Merlin there.